How have you managed to survive life being locked up for?
Oh God, what a week! Thing is, though, I'm not ill.
Have you actually tested positive for it at all or not?
No. Every day negative. So I feel like I've just had a week off for fuck all.
Is
That I
one of
really
yours
like.
quantum leap?
Eh?
No. Okay, fine. Hold that. I'm not saying anymore. Shush.
You get me very excited. I'm now nursing a semi. Will you say things like that? My God.
Don't forget
Right,
to leave a gap, please, so I can edit properly.
Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming. That sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So here he is.
Hello.
Hello! I'm so
Hello.
sorry. Now that's really bizarre because I can see you. I can see me now, but when I tried to test the video, it was just blank. So who knows? I'm here. Doesn't matter. Hi, Darren. Hi, Ian.
You
Hi.
look really smart today. I like you. I like the ensemble you've got on. It goes really well with your whitish hair that you're getting really well now.
I know. Really, really white. Yeah. Are you? How's little one, mate?
Oh, she's asleep. She was fine. Literally the next morning on Monday morning.
Oh, bless
Because
her.
it was a positive test.
Yeah.
She got to stay home. I'm fine. I'm negative. The wife's negative. So I've been perfectly fine, but I've had to have a week off because of childcare.
If I go off my phone, if I go at 1 second during the podcast, it's because I've got to order my curry. Because after this, we're going to watch Afterlife with an Indian.
Can your wife not order it?
No, because it's to my account and she doesn't work. She's on the payroll too.
And there's my cold opener.
Oh no!
On your podcast feed, on your radio, and on your smart speaker. This is Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media.
Just trying to get hold of someone. Come on, pick up. Sorry. I'm just trying to get hold of Sue Gray. I just want to make sure that the party I attended last year is legal. I know I was there, but I just want to make sure that I was actually, it was legal. But if I was there, I want her to tell me that I was there to make sure that it was fine. Then I'm going to apologise. I'm going to apologise to everybody. And I'll also send an apology to the Queen. Because I'm a babbling idiot who should be out. I apologise. I was going to swear then, but it's the start of the podcast, I won't. Hello, welcome to Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media. Thank you so much for your continued support. My name is Ian. I am here, the captain driving the desk and all of that sort of stuff. I'm joined by Darren. Hello.
Hello, Captain. You just like control, don't you? That's all it is.
I do, yes. I am a very controlling person. So
you're a control freak.
I am, yeah. Very much so. Hello, Damian.
Hi. So I think what we need to do, if we have a look at how many calls we're going to make today, and then I think what we'll do then is we will have a look at the client visits for last year, maybe have a look at what the spend was as well and see how we can re-engage. Sorry. I didn't realise I just walked into the podcast studio. I didn't realise that was my workplace, and now I'm in a studio, which is like a completely different thing. Like a garden.
We may well be talking about that a little bit more. Right, coming up on today's show, we'll have lots of interesting stuff. I've got some big news about a certain TV show, which is a favourite for all of us. Talking about that later. And also, we've got some very big news about a guest that is coming up very, very soon on a future episode. All that to come on Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media. Let's crack on, shall we? So then, before Christmas, there were some stories that, started to dribble out of the machine. That's a horrible way of describing it, but you know what I mean. Dribble out. So yes, we had some
Dirty
stories.
word, isn't it? Dribble.
It is, yes.
Oh, like gusset.
Oh yeah.
Or moist.
Oh no. Anyway.
So hang on. It started to dribble out in the news area to make the news a bit more moist and interesting.
Yes.
I like that. That's very good.
I always imagine that a certain BBC correspondent, who I don't mind, Laura Koonsberg, I always imagine her sat in her little office going, with her notebook and her phone going, what can I do today? What can I stir up? What news can I have so I'm the top story? That's how I expect it to be. I'm sure she's not.
However, you've also got Beth Rigby, who's on Sky, and she's a little bit occasionally, like she goes, yeah, so I've got a story to break, and she's proper on it. And then you got ITV with Peston. So,
very good.
What you doing, sir? All right, Pesto. Jeez,
he is the oddest. He's got the oddest voice I know of anybody. I don't know how he managed to get into broadcasting.
Robert Peston, right? If you watched ITV News before the pandemic, even lockdowns became into life. He used to do stuff like this on Zoom, visually, back to the ITV studio, and it looks like he lives in a proper library.
It does. I mean, let's be honest.
A messy library.
Wouldn't he be a barrel of laughs? And he's always kind of a bit dishevelled. And like when you see it, because I think Tom Bradbury is just absolutely brilliant. We watch News at 10 every night and we watch ITV. And Tom Bradbury is brilliant. And occasionally when the government did something wrong recently, one of those times, he started the programme. And normally newsreaders are quite, hello, this is the 9 o'clock news. The headlines, Boris Johnson has been naughty again. Well, what's his name? What's his name again? Tom Bradbury. It started, oh dear, they've only gone and done it again. Are you angry? We are. Let's find out. It's the news.
Hang on. So newsreaders is getting personality and hooking you.
Oh, he has a giggle with the other. Oh, yeah, you're going to report about that tomorrow, you little minx.
Unless you're on the BBC, of course, in which case you have to be 100% impartial and, just not have an opinion about anything. So,
goodbye, Andrew Marr. He was sick of it, weren't he?
Well, yes, he can now go and talk about stuff that he actually wants to talk about. Before Christmas, we had all the things about the parties that were not parties, that may have been parties, but we're not quite sure if they're parties. And then they were going to be investigated by someone. And then it turned out that person was at the party that might not be the party. And now it's being investigated by someone called Sue Gray, who's no one had ever heard of outside of Westminster at all, until probably this week, when another story broke and another party was disclosed. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Hello. I thought you were getting a curry.
Yeah, I know, but she promised me she was going to give me 2 nuggets as well. Are you sure this is okay? Yeah. Say hi.
Hello.
There we go. Are you sure that's okay? Yeah. Did you give me the little sauce as well? Yeah. High five. Yeah. Love you. Love you. Bye.
Can your daughter move in with us and get us a McDonald's as well?
Oh, little chicken nuggets, bless her. There we go. I won't eat them now though, because obviously we're professional. I won't do that.
So, anyway, going back as Damian scoffs his mouth full of food, which seems to be a common occurrence on this podcast. So, we've got to this week, and then news breaks of another party that wasn't a party, that could have been a work event. The invites were sent out to say, bring your own booze, social gathering to 100 people. Now, remember, this was at the start of the first lockdown. So, lockdown 1, we were all literally not going out of our houses, were we? None of us were. We were staying in unless you had to go. Damien, you had to do your work because you're a key worker. Darren, you somehow got away with going in to do your job, even though you're only a radio presenter.
I'm a journalist.
Sorry, yes, journalist. So you had key worker statuses. But I was at home. All I did is I went for my half-hour walk at lunchtime, and then I went to the shops once a week. That was it. That was my social interaction throughout the whole time.
And it was scary. Let's get this right.
It was proper scary at the time.
The first one, I remember going for our walk, and you'd cross over. And now I think about it, they must have thought we were so rude, but we'd cross away from people. Yeah. Because I was that we were that scared. And I felt so dirty when I'd been to like the supermarket or something, because bearing in mind in lockdown one, the first one, we did work from home. So we that was it. It was only after a while that the key workers, and we were supplying key workers, we went back in. But for certainly about 3 months or so, I was at home.
And you kept your social distance at the supermarket, didn't you?
Completely, yeah.
And you queued. I remember going to the supermarket and queuing to get in, and then queuing to get round on the one-way system because there was a bit of a backup. So you stopped, and then you went, right, and someone was there and went, right, okay, you can go now. So it was all of that. It was really, everyone was taking it very important.
It's a true story, though. You know, back in the first lockdown in the March of 2020, the lockdown happened at the point of the time of year where it starts off in the morning, very cold. By mid-morning, it's a little bit warmer. So I remember going to a well-known discounted chain for our weekly shop, standing in a queue with a big
say the name,
coat.
Darren. You don't have to be, just say the name.
Aldi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to go there, but I was in...
Waitrose.
I was actually.
Do they have a Waitrose in Redditch?
No, I need to go to Bromsgrove in the next town.
Oh, okay. So we have a Waitrose near us, just to let you know.
A what Rose?
Oh, you
Waitrose.
So stuck up.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in the queue early Saturday morning at the first lockdown with a coat on, scarf on. It was quite chilly. By the time I got to the end of the queue to go in, I was sweating. It was dead warm.
Well, yeah, and it was nice, and it was a beautiful weather. That first lockdown, we had gorgeous weather. Really nice warm days, really sunny days. But we were all stuck at home. Oh, no. If you work at 10 Down Street, you can go to a socially distant drinks gathering, but you've got to bring your own booze. So that all came out, and it literally blew up. Literally, it just went mad. And Twitter, Facebook, all social media, the news channels, the talk radio were just... People are livid at that wobbly faced, get a flipping haircut, get your hairbrush person, and then no one is out for interviews the day after, and then we have Prime Minister's questions.
Oh gosh, and I will say, just to be a bit impartial, because if you're a regular, not about the events, because even I can't justify that. If you're a fan of if you're a listener to the show, and you download the episode, you'll know that Ian isn't a big fan of Boris. Now, from the very beginning for me of the pandemic, whoever you were, whatever party you would have been in, nobody would have expected or been that prepared for what we faced. He obviously got ill himself, probably from attending the party. However, what I will say about it is, he was kind of, in regards to the voting system, people saw Boris as someone that they could go down the pub with, associate with. Now, bearing in mind, he turned a lot of red seats into blue that were never, ever, ever going to be blue, because he was kind of a little bit different and a little bit eccentric British. Now, I know where you're going with this now, Ian. I honestly think, and I believe this, he can't come back from this. He can't come back from this. And I don't believe he should.
Getting back to not being political about this. So
Be political, Darren.
Pulling it back into the fact that they had this party, they didn't have the party, all that kind of stuff. The thing that stuck in my mind watching GMBTV, whatever it's called this morning, was the picture of the Queen on her own.
Oh, no, you've jumped forward now, Darren.
Oh, okay.
You've jumped. That's a different one to this one. That's not that one. This is a different one.
Right, okay, go on. Carry on, sorry.
Anyway, so we're at Prime Minister's questions, which I watch sometimes. I'm into my politics. I'm quite interested in it. And I will watch Prime Minister's questions, even however much it annoys me. But this particular version, even this morning, cut short their programme to go over to Prime Minister's questions. That's how big it was. About 2.5 million people were watching Prime Minister's questions, which is pretty much unheard of in daytime. Toby gets up, and then it's very sombre. His front bench are all looking sort of head down, looking like, let me pretend I care for the people. And
was Wicked there?
Litchfield, MP.
What's he all about?
He's got his head so far stuck up Boris Johnson's arse. He's got the same hair as him. But so the Conservatives were very quiet. And Labour, you could tell Labour and the other benches were like, oh, go on then. Then he gets up and apologises in quotes, and he goes, I am deeply sorry for the hurt and the trouble that this event may have caused.
Mr. Speaker, I want to apologise. I know that millions of people across this country have made extraordinary sacrifices over the last 18 months. I know the anguish that they have been through, unable to mourn their relatives, unable to live their lives as they want, or to do the things they love. And I know the rage they feel with me and with the government I lead when they think that in Downing Street itself, the rules are not being properly followed by the people who make the rules.
And then he sits down, and you can see there is a brilliant photo, if you get a chance to see it, that was taken by someone, one of the press photographers in the House of Commons. And it's Boris Johnson standing up on his own, and nearly every single opposition MP pointing at him. And it's a fantastic photo. No one stood up for him at the time. None of his MPs. It was all very quiet. And then,
it
of
was
course,
packed, wasn't it?
It was absolutely packed.
It was heaving.
Absolutely packed. And the opposition MPs, Labour, Liberal Democrat, SNP, all of those, were proper digging into him. You should resign. You should resign. You should resign. And then after, silence from his members. And then today, they're all coming out of the woodwork. All of his little cabinet cronies are coming out and going, oh, well, he's apologised. And then today, we find out that, yet again, two parties on the eve of Prince Philip's funeral, when we were all in lockdown again, and we have that picture of the Queen sat in the church on her own, mourning the loss of her husband.
That is the saddest thing, and the thing that made me just stop. And I had a little lump in my throat, and I felt like I was going to shed a little tear again for the Queen, because she's on her own at her age, yeah, socially distanced, setting a really good example through no fault of her own, right? The night before, the number 10 Arms was open, apparently they had a DJ in there.
They have a DJ in the basement. They have a DJ in the basement.
On a fax machine, right?
That's your horror.
Okay, like, again, for me, and I'm not a massive royalist, but the head of state, the Queen, for me, has been the constant. And, she's getting older. She's lost Philip now. I think some of her ladies in waiting have passed, and I think she's lost some friends as well recently. There's obviously what's going on with her son as well. And then you've got this, obviously we bear in mind this Queen has dealt with Winston Churchill. This Queen has interacted with that man. And then you look at that man, and then you look at, forgive me. This show is normally very kind of upbeat, and we are trying to, look at the satire side of it. But it's really sad that, our head of state, it has had to, she should never have been sat on her own like that. But she did what the British people were doing. We were all doing it. Darren, you and I attended a funeral of our friend. There was about 6 or 8 of us there.
Yeah,
I've heard so many stories today and read so many stories and heard them on the radio of people that were saying on the 20th of May, when you were having your work event in the Downing Street garden that your wife apparently attended along with two of her friends, and when you walked in you thought it was a work event when everyone was drunk, and you go, how bad of a parties do you have to go to think that you walk into a party and it's a work event, idiot? Anyway, I've heard a lot of stories about people that weren't able to see their loved ones when they were passing away, weren't able to hold the hand of their wife that was giving birth to their child, weren't able to comfort a relative that perhaps wasn't even in for COVID but was in for an operation, weren't able to do any of that, weren't able to attend family weddings, family funerals, weren't able to do any of that because we followed the rules. Because we all, as a country, 99% of us as a country, followed the rules. And then you have them doing that, or did I am... Anyway, I'm angry, Darren.
I know you're angry, and we all are angry, and we're all in disbelief about it all. One major question. Where do we go now? He's
out.
Is he going?
He right, okay.
When? How does this happen now?
This is how I think this will happen. So this is what I think will happen.
He won't go to another election. Definitely. He'll be gone by then.
He'll be gone way before then. This is what I think will happen. I think if there's another massive thing where he attended something, and I've got a feeling that Dominic Cummings may be scurrying through his emails and his voicemails and everything like that to try and find something. If there's a picture of him at an event or something like that, I think he will be gone within days. I think if there's another event like that, the party will turn and he'll go. What I think will happen is that Sue Gray will release her report. Remember, she's the civil servant. She's not there to say he did wrong. She's there to find the facts. And what will probably end out is that they will find some way of wriggling out of it. They'll think they'll get away with it. But I think he will be gone before the end of this year. I don't think this time next year we will have Boris Johnson as MP, as PM.
The problem you've got, though, you look on the other side, and I've not seen these pictures, and there's apparently pictures of Keir Starmer as well, having a couple of boozes, which is in the paper today. Wow. So this was during a lockdown as well. Where
what paper was that in, out of interest?
I'm not over. It was on the online earlier. Okay. So if you do look at it, it was a picture that was taken. I don't think it was around exactly the same time. I think it was a bit later in the year, but he was definitely there during the lockdown having some boozes. So I don't know where that falls, because again, he's not going to a mass party. Now, the thing for me is, I can summarise this by: did any of you used to watch The Office?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so our man Martin Freeman in it used to phone up occasionally. The other guy who is in it, the one who plays Warsaw Gummidge now, and he used to phone him. They used to phone each other over desks.
Crook, I think his name.
And he used to phone him up. He used to get his phone. He used to give him a call. And this is basically what I'd probably say to Boris: "You're a cock. You're a cock. You're a cock."
Can I use another C word in that? No.
Let's move on, shall we? Before we all lose our shizzle. But Boris Johnson, I'm not angry, just disappointed.
Boris Johnson, you're a wanker.
Boris Johnson, I don't like you.
Oh, whatever. Oh, you're so lame.
God.
So lame.
Like what you're listening to? Then don't forget to rate and review the podcast wherever you listen. This is Three Men and a Microphone podcast.
Damian, can I ask a question? Have you got something growing on your lip?
Have I what?
Got something growing on your lip?
Yeah, I did have a cold sore.
Oh, okay. Right, fine. I just wondered.
Yeah, it's a form of herpes, actually.
You've got herpes, have you?
Herpie.
Yeah.
Herpie. But seriously, what I like about that is I didn't think he was that prominent, but clearly it is. Arsehole.
And now you're going to go off and put some makeup on.
100%. Yeah, that's the red sauce there. It's staying like that. There we go.
I'll just make a note. Edit. Zoom in on coleslaw.
Wonderful. Thanks for that.
Coleslaw, not coleslaw.
No, definitely not.
So we've just had a big discussion about floppy-haired idiot. But we've had another thing. A couple of weeks ago, we had an episode where Darren got COVID. It's our least popular episode for quite a long time, so I'm not going to put that in the title.
It actually was.
It was, yeah,
I mean, let's
really
be honest. It was in the title of the show notes, and we're normally quite consistent listenership, and if anything, it's gone up. That show tanked. It was one of the...
Obviously, people do not care that I had COVID, and I had it quite bad. Oh, we don't care.
It's literally, if I look at the graph of the listenership, it's like, yep, climb, down, climb. So
definitely turn into El Dorado. Definitely.
Yes, we did. But I got a message from Darren at the start of this week. It's like, bloody COVID. So you're COVID infected again, household. Not you personally. Your household is COVID infected.
My daughter, my 4-year-old daughter Millie, has got COVID again for the second time in 5 weeks.
Bless her heart, bless her.
Is she okay? Is the main thing. First of all,
yeah, she's absolutely fine. We are all fine. Me and the wife are negative. But obviously I've had to have a week off and been watching lots of a certain TV channel and a certain TV celebrity who. Oh,
Who is it? Mr. Tumble?
I hate him.
Well done.
What do you want to do to Mr. Tumble?
I want to rip his face off.
So Dan, me and Damian have kept this quiet from you, but I've just got someone waiting in the wings for you. We've got a special guest.
Oh, you haven't got him.
Right, just bear with me. No, of course we haven't got him. It'd be good if we did. If I'd have thought that properly and made contact, perhaps we could have. But yeah, I spoke to Darren yesterday, day before, something like that, on the phone, and literally, I phoned him up, and all I could hear was. And that wasn't him. That was his. That was a kid. Yeah. And all I could hear, and it's like I could hear flipping CBeebies in the background, and then I could just like, dad.
What was he doing?
That was Millie.
You know what I was doing? I was just sitting with a cup of tea on the sofa, and I just thought, I'm not going to try and control her because that'll just stress me out.
But literally, I was on the phone to him, and all I could hear was, Dad. And I was like, I almost said, I didn't check if we weren't on speaker, so I didn't think, perhaps not best out. You not tell her to go away.
Whoa.
Flipping kid, sit down, shut up, watch
TV. To be honest, I probably would have said it's time for a timeout now. Maybe go and sit on the bottom step and let's think about what you've done.
Bottom step outside in the garden.
The trouble is, though, she's 4 and she's learnt the art of grassing.
Oh, no, not a grasser. No one would want to be grassed up to your wife.
It was on Monday, and I did actually doze off while she was watching telly, and I was snoring quite loud on the sofa. The wife comes home and she goes, Daddy's been asleep and been snoring this afternoon. Thanks.
Sorry, can I? Right.
We'll get bored.
Can we? Okay. Since when have you been married to Quasimodo or the Elephant Woman? Let me just recap that voice then. Now I've met your wife, and however much we've had a journey of hatred and despising and all of that, we actually now get on.
No, I'm talking about the daughter. Grass me up for having a sleep.
That was his impression of his daughter.
Oh, that was your daughter's voice. So your daughter's 4, and she speaks like the Elephant Woman.
So you survived.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah. Both you and your wife are fine. Your daughter's fine.
Yes.
But that's the second time in 5 weeks that you've been COVID-infected household.
Yes.
Wow.
Is she back at school next week?
She's got to do a negative tomorrow on day 6 and a negative on day 7, which is Sunday. If the Sunday one is still negative, she's going to school.
On Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon. I'm going to
Sunday school. See you later.
Get in there.
These 3 Media. 3 men and a microphone podcast.
So you know how we like to bring you guests every so often on the podcast. Last year we had a number of guests. This year we're hoping to have a few more. Coming up at some point in February, we have got a star of Peaky Blinders. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. What we're going to talk about today is the fact that Damian, and I will give you credit for this, has managed to secure a guest which I am very excited about. And very, 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 very excited about.
I'm very excited, but not for the same reason as you.
No, and I'm very excited because he is the person, the person, is a big part of Every Summer for about 15 years. Probably one of my favourite shows of all time. He was involved every single day on that show. And he's got a very, very, very distinctive voice.
Dear 31, 11:15 a.m. Dear 31, 11:15 a.m.
So excited.
Dear 31.
Oh my God.
So next week, fingers crossed.
Next week. It's happening.
It will happen. We will have the narrator, voice of, star of the biggest and best reality TV show that's probably ever been in this country, Mr. Marcus Bentley, the voice of Big Brother.
Very, very excited.
Oh, it's so good. So excited. So many questions. And he's also going to be taking part in the Retro Hall of Fame as well, which is so exciting. Marcus Bentley, the voice of Big Brother, Channel 4 continuity announcer. But the main thing you know him from, of course, is every summer, Celebrity Big Brother. Just amazing. We cannot wait to have Marcus on the show next week. And now, poor old Marcus is...
Marcus?
Who?
Who's Marcus?
Your guess, you can't even get his name right again.
Next week on Three Men and a Microphone, we have Marcus Bentley on the show. Do not miss it, because I am going to geek out because I'm a big fan, and it's just going to be a really good episode. So next week, next Monday, on your podcast feed, download it, listen to Marcus Bentley on Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media. We are spoiling you.
Like what you're listening to? Then don't forget to rate and review the podcast wherever you listen. This is Three Men and a Microphone podcast.
Yeah, right, okay. I just thought as Damian's eating something.
Was that a pepperoni?
Oh, I got in trouble. I did this week. I've made myself a member or downloaded the Just Eat app. On Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday.
Go on, Darren. Sorry.
Tuesday, I ordered a big fat McDonald's for me and Millie. The wife came over.
No.
Oh, don't. You've got no wages. Sip the money, babe. Yeah, okay. Don't order no more food. Wednesday come round. Ordered a carvery from Just Eat.
Now, just to describe what's going on here, it borderlines pornographic, but Ian is chomping on a long, thin, brown
Can't get much thicker than
pepperoni.
that. You don't get thicker pepperonis than that.
Now, the thing is, right, now, my wife puts those into my little lunch bag. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't love them. When you eat them, I don't think you get a sensation that they're amazing, but there's something about them. They're a bit dry. They're a bit fatty.
Do you not suck them, though?
Sounds a bit like Darren.
I tell you what they are.
Do you not suck them?
You can't suck them.
You can. You can. You let your mouth water divulge them, and then you...
Oh, that's foul. No, at least I put myself on mute.
They're a bit of an animal.
Oh, but he does look like he's going to heave when he's eating it.
Yeah, you're not
You don't-
enjoying that.
That doesn't look like you're enjoying it. Oh, that's...
Like a bush tucker trial he's doing.
That is...
With a long, thin penis.
Oh, a pardon?
I'd eat a kangaroo penis any day.
So what do...
What? Hang on, this is all full of revelations.
Would you not eat a kangaroo penis if you want I'm a celebrity get me out there?
No,
Would you not?
no.
It's only meat.
I do the fermented egg before I do that.
You'd rather eat a fermented egg, which tastes like shit, than
It doesn't
eat...
taste like that. It doesn't.
Hold on a minute. What? So why did you go so camp then? It tastes like shit. It tastes like shit.
That pepperoni in his mouth.
Darren, please tell me.
I'm
he
trying
just
to
went
talk with a
complete...
pepperami.
Yeah, but why have you turned
Cool.
into like... What's his name from the Carry On films? That's shit.
Matron, yes, it's not shit.
That was more Sean Connery, wasn't it? Right, stop it now. Seriously, it wasn't nice the first time. You foul, horrible. Oh,
Oh.
good. Oh, go and clean your teeth, you munter.
Munter? I haven't had Munter for years. So you know how we like to bring... Oh.
Right, sorry. So we had a new person in the office this week. Brand new member of staff. Very excited to have him as well. Great guy, great addition to the team. It's nice to have a male in the office as well because my office is full of ladies.
Actually, just interrupting face slightly here. I spoke to you in your office.
You did, yes.
And I spoke to one of the members of your staff.
Right.
Because you phoned me and I was busy, and then I phoned you back and I got through to your reception. It's like, can I make a little not criticism, comment?
Right.
They say the name of the company a little too quick when they answer the phone.
Right, okay, I will pick it up.
All I sort of heard was, and I was like, what?
Sorry?
It's like, where am I through to?
What is wrong with this? We've had a show with Elephant Man now, and we've got Roadrunner working for me.
It was like, oh, what? Anyway, can I speak to Damian Lee, please? Yes, can I ask who's calling? Yes, it's Ian Barstow. Sorry? Ian Barstow. Barstow. And can I ask what's regarding? I know him. It's the podcast, is what I said, actually. I think I did say.
Did you? Sorry. Hold on. That doesn't. Right. Let me stop you. That makes no sense. So if you had a call, right? Hi, it's Ian Barstow. Right. I know him. It's the podcast.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It's the podcast.
Tell me this person came to you and got a right lunatic on the phone, Damian.
Well, no, she came through and went, it's the podcast.
When I said it, I thought, why did I say the podcast? I just said, it's Ian Barstow. I'm just Damian. I'm returning this call.
So we've got someone new in the office. Great addition. Really good when someone new comes on board. So, right, tell me this. And I don't quite get this. Suddenly, everyone turns into a different person. So normally in the office, it's like, morning, Damo. All right. Yeah. How's it going? Yeah. All right. No problem. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, guys. Do you know what? Is it a library in here? Should we start making some more calls, shall we? Any chance? So the new guy starts and we're all like, the staff go, oh, morning. Hi. Yeah. How are you? I'm Neve. How are you? Nice to meet you. Good to see you. This is Swift Temps. Yeah. Hi, welcome. And then even I go a bit posh. Hi there. Do you know what? It's so fabulous. So whoever says that? I never say so fabulous to have you. You know, maybe at some point, maybe we can touch base. Touch base? Oh,
no, you didn't.
You got office speak.
You didn't. Oh, no.
But listen, it's not going to be just yet because I'm going to have to do it at the end of play. Okay? Is that good for you? End of play? Okay, yeah. So then other people would go through for little bits of small talk then. Hi, yeah. At lunchtime, we normally just go outside and there's a little area. And this poshness was going on for quite a while. And I'm thinking, none of you speak like that. None of you at all. And then one of our administrators, now I'm not being horrible. She's very small. Okay. She's probably a borrower because I think she sits on my desk. She's tiny.
On your what?
On your
on your
on your desk. Never heard it called that before.
I think you mean desk, don't you, Damien?
Oh, dear Lord.
I want to come and see you work.
Oh, dear. We've gone from Elephant Man to tribunals. Right. She doesn't sit on my desk. Get away from this conversation.
Hello, HR.
Oh! So anyway, she's very small, okay? So she has got, and this is, I've got to say this, she's got one of the biggest potty mouths I've ever heard. Tiny little thing, and she's not from London, but you'd think she was. So it's like, yeah, so, fucking rain, fucking, bastard, fuck, a little twat, fucking idiot, fucking cunt on the fucking twat. Sorry? Anyway, so this absolute barrage of swearing started, and I kind of thought, well, hello there, morning, didn't last long, and I did a tap on the glass, and did the stop it, and she went, I can't fucking hear you. I went, you fucking idiot. No, I'm your boss, twat. All right. And I saw the new guy turn around and he kind of just went, and I'm going, and I did it again. I went, I'll be out in a moment. We'll have a little chat and touch base. Pathetic. You cannot write it in my office, honestly.
But
how are you doing here?
Oh, I love that. There's actually a famous radio DJ that does that. The microphone comes off and it's all... opens the microphone. Hi, listen to Radio 1 and I'm Dave Lee.
Do you have do you swear in front of your parents? Do you not have Dave Lee Travis? Is that a bad one?
Oh my God.
Oh, right.
Look, you get used to your surrounding, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't expect it from this person because you'd walk in and you'd almost like want to pat her. Oh, hello, you're right. Fuck you. What? She's like a little Tasmanian devil.
Is it? And this is not a derogatory term that I'm using it on, but is it that sort of like small dog syndrome? You know, you get a tiny dog, like a little yappy chihuahua or something, and they're evil. And then you get these big lumbering Great Danes that are like the softest things in the world. Is it that mentality?
I think she certainly. I mean, it's like also her look sometimes. Like she'll burn my soul. Like her eyes. And I look down. I've got just hole marks in me. What have you done? Any chance of you making us love? Making a love?
Hello, HR, Damian reporting line.
Oh my goodness me! Anyway, so
I'll have
yes,
a file on you by the end of this podcast.
They all decided to speak posh for a while, and it lasted. I think it maybe lasted about 2 hours, and then honestly, it was just carnage. Who is that on the phone? Who is he?
Is the new person still there?
Sorry,
is the new person still there?
I haven't seen him since lunchtime yesterday.
Go on to
Let me get a tissue ready because I might just squirt.
Oh, that's God, another word, isn't it? Squirt.
I did that in the office before I came home tonight. But I didn't have any tissue, so I had to get it off with a envelope.
On the window?
No, off my belly.
Off your belly?
I mean, I really needed a wee after, and I couldn't be asked to go to a toilet, so I'd had a bud earlier in the day. So I just pissed into the bud jar. Okay.
How do you say clean edit now?
Clean edit! I'm even doing the captain's job for him now. From these three media, this is the Three Men and a Microphone podcast.
So we're all fans of a particular TV show that I've got some big news for. And I think we may have mentioned this a few episodes ago we mentioned this. And I said I would like to see this show come back and to be rebooted. So today on Twitter, I log on this morning and I see in the trending... Hang
on. Please tell me. I want you to use the correct phrasing here. Is it a continuation where they left off? Or is it going to be like what they're doing with Magnum and just ripped it apart?
I'm so excited. I cannot tell you. We have not talked about this. So excited about this news.
It has the creator involved. So the original creator involved.
Lesario
some of the original team are involved. So the original production team. The star, not yet confirmed if he's involved, but is interested, but won't be the main act. So it's going to be a reboot, but a continuation of the story. So it's not going to go back to the start. It's going to be, they're going to expand the Quantum Leap universe with a pilot episode at the moment. So they've ordered a pilot episode of a reboot of Quantum Leap. And I saw this morning when I was eating my breakfast. I was like, I'm so excited.
So it would still be linked to the Scott Bakula, is it? Kind of program?
Yes, it will be. It's on the same timeline, the same universe, the same everything.
I'm trying to work out how they would do it, right? So,
well, I mean, you obviously had the evil leaper as well, who she was a leaper, so there could be other leapers, couldn't there?
I think what will happen is it will start with someone leaping into someone. It'll be someone different, but then he will come back at some point in the pilot.
Do you know what I think they'll do?
What?
I think they'll do the story that he leaps home.
No.
Right? Hang on. He gets home again. But this time he then takes over from a retired or whatever Al. So he becomes a hologram.
No. He's not having that much involvement.
Oh no.
He will be involved in some point, but
He will.
No. They think he's interested in. He's expressed an interest in being part of it, but not the main character. I'm very excited. I think over Christmas. I watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode of Quantum Leap, and it's not aged very well, the first part.
Oh, no.
Really? If you go back to it, and I'm not talking the look of it, I'm talking...
The special effects, yeah.
Not the special effects. It's
the subject.
It's like the... it's very much of the era of...
the content.
Men, women, all right, babe type. That's
right.
It's not in the Me Too era, I'll put it that way.
Right.
Yeah. But, are you referring to Al and his sports car and the fact that...
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There's a couple of bits in that sports car that are a bit like, okay. Don't think you can go with that.
Right. That is such exciting news. Honestly, Ian,
Who's in the frame then?
No casting. It's literally, they've just announced today that they have commissioned a pilot episode. That's as far as it's...
So it's happening. It's happening.
A pilot. Pilot episode, which I think will then probably go into a full series. And that is it for this week's episode of Three Men and a Microphone from These Three Media. Don't forget, next week's episode, we have Marcus Bentley from Big Brother and Voice Whack to Work and Continuity and all that sort of stuff. He will be on the show next week. I am really looking forward to that one. It's going to be very, very good indeed. Darren, thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to next week. Not from a TV series point of view, but as a fellow voiceover guy.
And also the fact that you're free and you can go back to work and you don't have to look after your screaming 4-year-old going, daddy, 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 tumble, daddy, tumble, daddy, tumble.
Yeah, so excited about next week. We are so excited to have Marcus Bentley on. He is amazing. He's exciting. He is fun. And he's a really big guest, and he's from Big Brother, and I'm really excited about it. And he's on next week's show. Download it on Monday. So excited. Best show ever. Bye-bye.
And you can also watch our episodes, if either of you have noticed, that they are on. The full shows are able to watch on YouTube. Search Three Men and a Microphone, and you will see the full episodes on there. By the tens they're being watched by. By the tens. What, Darren? What?
I had my curry-stained pyjama top on last week.
Well, that's not my fault. You know this thing's videoed. You gave your permission when you signed the contract. You've got no comeback on it at all. So next week we have Marcus Bentley on the show. If you want to find out more about the show, head over to threemenandamicrophone.co.uk. Find us on all of the social media apps. Search Three Men and a Microphone. And then you can watch us as well. Until next week with Marcus Bentley, thank you so much for listening. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Boris Johnson, go fuck yourself. What was that?
Your tummy rumbling.
Anyway.
Dear. Brilliant. Okay, really enjoyed that tonight, guys. Got to go for me, Indian. See you later.
No, Damian, don't disappear.
Is he here, babe?
It's very late.
Sweetheart.
It's very late to be eating.
See you later.
Bye.
Come on then, Damian, hang up.
Oh, no!